Imagine if you could not get together with your friends at all. There was no place for you to go that was safe. There was no place that accommodated your special needs.
This is Mike's dad, Gene Rogway, and All Aboard was a program that he and I started for my son Michael. When Michael was in high school, he had lots of stuff to do. He was very busy. But then he graduated from high school, and there was nothing for him to do.
So to get him up off the couch, his parents got him involved in some activities, inviting some friends out. And all those parents were having difficulty getting their adults with special needs involved in the community. So little by little, more parents started getting together, and All Aboard was born. When participants come, they don't see disabilities. They see each other as individuals, and they accommodate each other as needed. And when you're here, you feel that love and that acceptance. And if the rest of the world was like All Aboard, we'd be in a much better place. This is their place. This is where they come to be with their friends. And nobody judges them here. They can be themselves. A day at All Aboard starts off around 8:30 in the morning. Buses start dropping folks off. Open! They get about 20 minutes to settle in, and then arts and crafts start up, music starts up. You think it settles down, and then the second session happens, and then pickups at 3:30.
Everything's drop-in. We have kind of different classes that run every day. So each day has a little bit of a different vibe to it. Wednesdays are like big loud karaoke days where everybody's singing and dancing and just kind of like raising the roof all the time.
Sometimes we get really busy and we can have up to 35 participants here, and that's a lot of fun. We have educational, social, and recreational activities. Like, for instance, healthy snack classes. We're gonna make donuts, but we're gonna make them healthy because they're gonna be made out of apples. So we're gonna grab apple slices and we're gonna try to spread this on the apple. So everyone gets together and we teach them how to do a snack that has protein, that has vegetables, fresh fruits. Who would want sprinkles? I do! That looks amazing. We also have science experiments classes. We research science experiments that are simpler and safe to do here.
Does anybody have hydrogen peroxide at home?
I do. Our biggest goal in science class is always to make the biggest mess we can. A tablespoon
of yeast.
So we usually are pretty successful at making a giant mess to then clean up later.
It's all fun and games, but there's also a lot of education. We do work on social skills. We always try to teach them how to handle things, not to overreact. We do have life skills classes that are cloaked with other names. We talk about healthy relationships, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, and it's for their protection. We've had police officers come in as visitors and friends to teach them what not to do on the internet, what cell phone calls not to answer. We really want to make sure we're the safe place for them to ask questions and be taught. We want our participants to be active in their community, and their community looks different than everybody else's community, or it's part of an inclusive community. So for each one of them, it's something different. So for those that want to be involved in projects outside of All Aboard, we get them involved in field trips and with other partners out there. For those that want to come and hang out with their friends, we make sure we do the activities that they want to do. We actually have a client committee, and they tell us the activities they want. But we're getting ready to open our spin dance again. That's a very big outside activity. So spin dance is in partnership with Everett Parks and Recreation, and we have it on Wednesday night over at Floral Hall at Forest Park. And it's just a big dance party. And so we'll get 140 participants dancing around. We do a lot of glow-in-the-dark accessorizing to go with our dance moves.
You want to try some balloon painting?
I can't see it.
Get some paint on your balloon, and then you want to smack it, and then look at that.
I want to do that
Look
one.
at that, boom.
The best thing about All Aboard is hanging out with friends.
I like going bowling,
I like making stuff.
I do art, karaoke.
The best thing about all aboard is socializing with friends and hanging out with other people, and I do people's nails that way. And I've been all aboard since 2007.
My name is Emily, and I like all aboard. I like to do bingo.
Ready for G49? G49.
My name's Casey Helen, and I'm a volunteer to All Aboard for 13 years. And I also do karaoke, I do bingo on Friday, I help with the snack shack. It's lots of fun.
I like to sing, but I don't like to dance.
I like how All Aboard is inclusive, that anyone with any different ability can come. So I don't use the word dis, so I say different abilities.
I've been doing All Aboard since 2007. And we do a client committee meeting that we put our input in for things we want to do, and we let the staff and volunteers know.
We've had quite a few people come in very shy. It takes a little while for them to settle in. And then they find their niche. And once they find that, we foster that and grow it so they feel confident in doing some of the things that interest them. We've had others that come in and might not engage too much, maybe just do color pages. And then next thing you know, they're up in front of the camera and they're doing drama. And they want to be in the talent show and they're dancing around. We have some very incredible artists here. They can draw things that the average person couldn't draw. Very talented.
The first day that we opened All Aboard, there were just two, Michael and a friend. But the word got around very quickly, and before long we had every seat in the building filled.
Anders, our son, has been attending All Aboard for almost from the beginning, 20 years. And he has made unbelievable growth.
All Aboard, thankfully, arrived and was founded at the right time for Anders and for all of us, because Anders' happiness and well-being reverberates throughout the whole family, and so it's really All Aboard serves all of us.
A lot of people like to talk about being inclusive, and we're a little bit exclusive in that this is a place only for our participants.
Before we started, Gene did research. He found at that time in 2002, there were over 800 special needs adults that had nothing to do in Snohomish County. Now it's more like 1,500. A friend of mine told me one time of a story of a young man who lived in a group home, and he said, I get up in the morning and I make my bed very, 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 very slowly, because after that, there's nothing else to do. And that's why we started All Aboard, was to give them something to do, and there were a lot of other people out there just like Mike, and a lot of other parents out there just like us who needed a place for their child to come.
I think that one of the most important, really crucial things is, as his parents, we can do all these things to really look out for him, but we can't really give him friends. And All Aboard provides friends and a community that he can be a part of. And that's an incredible gift and something even the best parents can't do on their own.
There's a big need for this. And we've been asked to open in other counties, as far away as Spokane. We do charge a nominal fee. We have a morning session and an afternoon session. We have private pay, folks who just pay from their pockets, but we also accept respite. We are contracted with DDA for that. We work on grants and private donations. We have a small staff that works very hard and are very dedicated, very educated, and experienced in all kinds of recreation. We did lose quite a few volunteers during the pandemic, and we could desperately use volunteers' help here.
It's the best job I could ever hope for. I mean, hugs every day. I really get to be surrounded by people who are so full of joy and love every day. And my eyes are constantly being opened up by what different people can do.
So for the participants, all aboard is their family, their friends, and many times like the main purpose for them. We are adding that spark to their lives. Many high schools have programs for disabilities like this, but you end high school and there's not another option. So that's why this place was born.
Any parent with a child like this knows that they have to do something. It's a big deal to figure out how they're going to provide and protect that child. You need to give them opportunities. So that's what All Aboard has done.
There's so much love and support. One participant might be like, well, I'll go up and, you have trouble walking, so I'll go get you the markers and then you help me find the numbers on my bingo card. And so it's really just the kind of uplifting each other.
This is a place that's just full of acceptance and happiness. People are happy to be here. And so you come to work, you don't get down and out because it's just literally fun and games all day long. I don't wear the cool apron like the staff does, though.
We welcome All Aboard!
Bienvenidas a All Aboard.
Добро пожаловать All Aboard.
We welcome all aboard.